If you've ever dreamed of starting your own beauty brand, but you thought it needed a ton of inventory, money, and warehouses in order to get started, this is the perfect video for you. Today, I'm walking you through how to launch your own beauty brand from home with zero inventory, and I'm walking through how to find the right brand for you and who this business model is perfect for, how to find a supplier with my perfect pick self-named, as well as how to actually get these products online and in the hands of your customers so you can make money. So let's dive right in. For those of you that are new here, my name is Megan, and in 2022, I launched my own print-on-demand business, scaled that business to over $250,000 of revenue, and so now I make content online talking about how to start your own business and how to do that all the way from home. If that's interesting to you, then please like and subscribe. For those of you that have been here a little bit, you're probably like, wow, Megan, this is a little bit off from what you're currently talking about. However, print on demand is a business model that typically means you're putting different graphics and images and designs onto different textiles like t-shirts or even like mugs and ceramics and things like that. But the industry has expanded so far beyond just t-shirts and hoodies and mugs, and we've seen different product categories emerge, and that enters in the beauty category. A lot of people are talking about how print on demand is saturated. That is definitely not true, but if you are one of those people that are a little bit more nervous about launching a print on demand business because there's all of these product types that have so much competition, there are a ton of additional product types like beauty that can absolutely be a game changer for your print on demand profits, or for, in this case, white labeling profits. So before we talk about the how and the specific nitty gritty of finding the products and all those things, we're gonna talk about the brand idea and the business model of creating your own beauty line from home, utilizing some white labeling options. White labeling is basically taking a product that already exists, a blank, and being able to put your own branding and design onto it and enhancing that product by having the brand recognition that you bring to the table. So it's a really, really great option if you're somebody that's looking to get into a space, because you don't have to come up with the formulation of a product, or in certain instances, like actually make the actual garment or make the actual product. You're able to use larger companies that have a ton of these products and apply your own style to those products. And who is this business model perfect for? It's perfect for people like me, like you most likely. I was somebody that was sitting at home, had some extra time on my hands, wasn't really willing to invest a ton of money for a startup business, but I thought, hey, I buy a lot of stuff. I want to try my hand at being able to sell those things and learn along the way. And so that's where my love for starting an e-commerce business began. That is another great type of way for you all to get involved with launching your own beauty brand. Let's say you are just an influencer or you are a creator and you have time on your hands where you're spending a lot of time selling other products, and you're thinking like, wow, like I sell a lot of these for other people. Can I launch something like this for myself? This is also a really great business model if you are a beauty professional or an esthetician. If you have your own type of shop or your own practice where you are constantly doing hair, doing makeup, doing facials, and folks are constantly like asking like, hey, what products are you using? Or what would you recommend on my skin? And you have an opportunity to sell your own product as opposed to just recommending they go buy something off the shelf. It's a really great way for you to add value and incremental revenue to your current services. So it can be thought of as kind of an add-on for a retail store or a service upgrade. This is also great if you just want to launch a brand. Like, beauty is one of the industries that has insanely high margins. And so learning the ropes of how to launch into the beauty category when you can do it with zero inventory on hand is extremely useful for continuing along that business path, or one day wanting to go and actually formulate your own product. So there's so many learnings that can be had here with basically zero risk. So if that sounds like you fall into one of those buckets where you are looking to make money online, you have your own brand currently, and this is a great value add, or you have interest in the skincare and beauty world and you think that you can sell these products, then you are perfectly in the right arena for that type of business model. The next step after understanding if this is what you're looking to do and if you think you can do that is starting to brainstorm the type of brand that you might want to be able to launch. Now, if you have your own business already, then that's pretty easy. You're going to launch your own line. But let's say you're not already having your own established business and you're looking to launch a specific brand that is different than what you already own. I would personally use some of the great tools that we already have access for free to start that brainstorming help for you. And one of the great ways that I like to do that is utilizing ChatGPT. So I use ChatGPT as my little co-partner, my little assistant to just helping me brainstorm and come up with different ideas and kind of get the creative juices flowing. What I have now is I've opened ChatGPT and I've asked it, help me brainstorm a brand that I'm hoping to launch. This will be a white label beauty brand that I sell through Shopify. I would like this brand to be a hand soap company that focuses on funny gifting moments, and I would like some ideas for brand look and feel and some direction on how to get this brand off the ground. I didn't give it a lot. I gave it a little simple prompt to just kind of get me started, but it's a really great initial step at how you can think through what brand might work for you. So I've already given it a couple of things that make sense. One that I'm interested in is hand soap, so we'll talk a little bit about that later. But it came back with this amazing kind of mini business plan of how I would launch this brand and how I would be able to use different programs in order to do that. So automatically off the bat, it tells me the kind of the core concept, it has a target audience, and it gives some brand name ideas. Not everything that's gonna come out of AI is going to be good, but taking a look at these, it hits the nail on the head of what I was thinking, a funny hand soap company that's good for giftable moments, and it came up with the really cute different options here. Dirty Minds, Clean Hands, I really love a lot. No Shame Suds, just really, really funny and cute little names to start brainstorming. In terms of the logo and branding style, it gave really cool initial stabs at this of playful, bold typography, punchy colors, which is kind of right along the lines of what in my mind I was thinking about this for. It also gave some cool packaging vibes as well as different product lines. So how would I think about launching this and what types of products and labels would I apply to this, knowing that the main customizer is going to be the labels. After that, it talks through about how I need to find a supplier, how to set up a Shopify store, and also different creative content and marketing launch strategies. So these are all super important things for you to think about when you are launching your own beauty brand, and a really great starter for how to go about doing that. After you've started to brainstorm what type of brand you're actually wanting to launch, the next step is actually sourcing your products, which I know can sound extremely scary, but that is where we enter in my pick for all of your products, which is going to be Self-Named. Self-Named is a white label beauty product supplier, which basically means they produce all of these products, do all of the heavy lifting for you on producing them and getting them to where they need to be, and you just get to go in and add in the branding and the creative part. So they focus on all the heavy lifting of the creation, packaging, and shipping, so you can focus on the hustle and the creativity that we are best known for. This is their homepage. They've been around for over 19 years. They have 150 premium products that I'm going to get to. Not only that, but when we take a look at their shipping facility, it's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so it's really important to me is to find a partner that ships domestically here in the United States to make sure that as people place orders here in the United States, they get there in a timely manner. I feel like that builds trust and reliability for your brand. And they have amazing range of products, but they have very, very high-end products. So if we look at their product catalog, we can see a ton of really, really great categories. So I like to look at all of the products, but they have products across the face care, body care, hair care, sample sets, makeup, and collection boxes. So you can very easily find a product that fits for you. They have things across makeup that are really great. And then they also have more of these larger products across the body and hair care space that are also really great sellers if you're looking to get into the beauty space. What I also love about them is they provide these sample sets. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can absolutely go in and order some samples just to make sure that the quality is meeting your kind of guidelines. But I have gotten some samples for them and they have been phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I love makeup and skincare as much as the next girly, but I'm not as infiltrated into the beauty and makeup world as probably a lot of folks. So when I'm thinking about brainstorming a brand for myself that works for me, makeup wasn't going to be my go-to. But the fact that they have categories of products across body care and hair care is way more of my arena. And so I'm really excited to see that they're constantly bringing in new products like body scrubs and things like that. The product that I wanted to try out is something that I'm passionate about and love that there's been more kind of cool brands dropping in this space. and that is going to be the hand soap and hand lotions category. Hand care, who'd have thought? Basically, I wanted to get some samples of their soaps because looking online, they look super high end, and I wanted to make sure that the quality was as good as it looked online. The scents really sounded super high end, so I just had to test them, and they really didn't disappoint. So I have a ton of different samples from them. I have 3 different hand soaps that are technically also body washes, but I would market them as hand soaps. Listen to the scent of this. Cardamom with notes of cold spices and sweet ginger. Okay. Fresh mint with herbaceous notes and cedar wood. Last but not least, sweet vanilla, amber, and patchouli. Do these not sound like an apothecary, delicious, expensive, high-end, beautiful soap brand? Yeah, they do. And so I absolutely loved getting these and testing them. You can see like this one's already like half gone. Just quite good products, and something that when you see the likes of larger brands out there that are selling soaps for $45 for a, albeit high-end luxury soap, that leaves a lot of space in the industry for products like this that are able to be customized, able to be branded, have super high-end scents, but can add some creativity to them, which I honestly think is a gap in the market. So I was really excited to see these products. I also got some of their hand creams as well. They come in these like really pretty, like amber colored bottles. And not just that, you can choose between this like amber color and this like green color. So if that's more of your preference, you can totally do that. And just like a ton of different scents for you to choose from that I personally thought all were fantastic. I also just had them do the designing of the product. So you can see here that this is what it came with. Like this is their label. I didn't design this. I just wanted to kind of see like, what does it look like as like a stock product? And these are the different types of pieces. So they have all of the compliance information already labeled. So that part is clear when you go to do your designing, and then you can design the rest of the label. So I absolutely love them and have really been enjoying them thus far. And I think that from a pricing perspective as well, there's plenty of opportunity. When you take a look at the pricing for these types of products, you can see here that a single bottle of the hand soap would cost about $8.50. And then when I looked at the shipping, it was about a flat rate of close to $6 per bottle. That puts you at about $14.50 in cost for the product cost and the shipping cost. But that is not out of line for what you pay with a print-on-demand candle, for example. And I think a lot of people are gonna be willing to spend as much with like a soap as they would be for a candle. And I'm sure that the other products in the category and in their catalog have a lot of similar margins. So plenty of room for you to launch this brand and actually still make margin, all from home. It's amazing too because this platform, it has a 0 order minimum. So a lot of times if you're trying to launch a brand, you have to buy like a minimum order quantity of 20 to hundreds of products. The minimum order quantity here is 1. So there is no downside for being able to use this, and it can even be used as a like drop shipping type of platform, which I'll walk through and how you would set that up in Shopify. But really, no downside to being able to start this brand, pick your products, and pick the different types of moments that make sense for you and your brand, and have no downside in risk to having to buy inventory and actually just being able to focus on selling. The last step here, after you've created your brand, chosen your products, ordered some samples, designed your products, is actually being able to get these listed onto a website. As you can see here on their homepage, they are integrated with Shopify, really great reviews. And so you can start for free with Shopify. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Shopify, it's an ability for you to have your own website and have your own .com store where all of your products live. And what's really great about this is since there's a direct integration, whenever somebody comes to your Shopify and orders a product, that product order goes directly to Self-Named, and Self-Named does the printing and the packaging and the shipping of your product to get that order out to the hands of the person that purchased it. So it takes a lot of that heavy lift off of you. And so Shopify is a super trusted website. Create your own website. If you come onto their landing page, you can see all of these brands, huge brands that use Shopify for their multi-million-dollar businesses. And they make it super easy for you to start for free and create your own shop. So I would recommend starting your own free trial with Shopify and then testing that integration between having the self-named products onto your Shopify. If you're more interested in the nuances of how that works, please leave a comment in the description below. I'm more than happy to do a follow-up tutorial on how to get that all linked. But it really is the easiest way for you to get your own website and start listing those products directly from self-named onto your own Shopify and your own .com. And as some bonus tips for you while you're thinking through this brand idea, start marketing early. Let's say that you have a really great social media following and you are wanting to launch this brand. Start that account. Start creating some buzz around your product that you're wanting to launch. Start asking your friends if they would verify your product idea. Marketing early is a huge way to kind of get, proof of concept that what you're thinking of launching would make sense for your audience. Also, for me, being a little bit newer to the white labeling space and also having my experience in print on demand, I don't recommend launching 100 products all at once. I would recommend, even though you can launch all those products at once and it makes it super easy in order to do that, I would recommend sticking to 1 to 3 products to start that really resonate for the brand you're trying to launch. And so that way you can get kind of some data points on what is working before you launch everything. Because then you're going to be spreading the data a little bit too thin and you might not be able to catch on to what people are actually wanting. I would also prioritize your branding. What's really great about this is the products are freaking awesome, but you need to differentiate your product from other products by adding your brand onto it. So spend some time focusing on cool packaging that you can automate and design directly in self-named or platforms like Canva or Kittl. So that way you can make the brand really resonate with you and make it differentiated so nobody else would have this same product that you launch. And that is it. That is how you are going to be able to launch your own beauty brand for basically $0 today. No warehouse, no inventory, all from home, just creativity and hustle. If you thought that this video was helpful, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you have more of an interest in this, starting a beauty brand and the actual steps by steps to do that, please drop that in the comments below. Thank you so much.